Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to be covering the Beard Hunter. Now, he made his very first appearance in Doom Patrol Volume 2, issue number 45, that was released in June of 1991. His real name is Ernest Franklin, and he's basically just a psychopath that has blonde hair and blue eyes, while also having a reasonably athletic build. Now, originally, Beard Hunter didn't have any superhuman powers, and actually wasn't a very good fighter either, heavily depending upon guns. However, in later iterations, he would develop a very unique ability, but I'll address that later. Now, if you don't know, Beard Hunter is one of DC Comics' most bizarre and darkly satirical characters. He was meant to be a parody of hyper-masculine anti-heroes like Marvel's Punisher, and the Beard Hunter is a delusional vigilante obsessed with eliminating bearded men, which was a fixation rooted in his inability to grow facial hair due to a hormone deficiency. In the comics, Ernest is a 36-year-old man who still lives in his mother's basement, accompanied only by his stuffed bear and a German shepherd named Sheba. And at some point, after discovering he couldn't grow a beard, Ernest's resentment turned violent. He would begin a personal crusade against all bearded men, starting with taking out his own stepfather, whose beard he scalped and wore as a trophy. Ernest would even develop his own sloppy martial arts style, dubbed Lion's Den, and would become a self-styled assassin of the hirsute, collecting facial hair as gruesome souvenirs. His most notable comic storyline involves being hired by the Bearded Gentlemen's Club of Metropolis, a group of eccentric beard enthusiasts, to assassinate Dr. Niles Calder, the leader of the Doom Patrol. Calder had insulted the club by calling them lunatics, prompting them to seek revenge. Interestingly, Ernest actually accepted the contract, but was ultimately outwitted by Calder, who, despite his physical limitations, managed to defeat the Beard Hunter using electrified aluminum foil in a supermarket showdown. Now, we later see the character reimagined for the Doom Patrol television series on HBO Max. This version retains Ernest's hormone deficiency and obsession with beards, but adds a ridiculous superpower. You see, by eating at least one of a man's facial hairs, he would form a psychic link that allows him to access his thoughts, memories, and even track the man's location across time and space. In the episode Hair Patrol, the Bureau of Normalcy hires Ernest to locate the missing Dr. Niles Calder. Here, we'd see Ernest infiltrate Doom Manor, consume Calder's beard trimmings from a sink drain, and experience a euphoric connection to Calder's consciousness, which is actually pretty gross. He would later confront Cyborg and Elasti-Woman, using his newfound abilities to anticipate their actions and escape. The Beard Hunter's journey would take him to Danny the Street, a sentient street that actually serves as a haven for outcasts. There, Ernest would attempt to reform and live peacefully. However, he becomes trapped inside the Painting That Ate Paris, a surreal prison created by the villain Mr. Nobody. While inside, Ernest is infected by scants, creatures that feed on bad ideas, and paints himself white in a futile attempt to hide. But at the end of all of this crazy chaos, he would eventually be rescued when the Doom Patrol defeats the scants and frees the painting's inhabitants. Overall, the Beard Hunter stands as a testament to Doom Patrol's embrace of the absurd and the grotesque. Whether as a satirical comic book villain or a disturbingly empowered metahuman on TV, Ernest Franklin's bizarre crusade against facial hair leaves a lasting impression on the DC universe. And I myself, being a bearded man, take personal offense with his crusade. Now, for his so-called abilities and his influence on the DC universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give the Beard Hunter a rating of 2, which is a noteworthy rating. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to The New Sage.